All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It is now 4 o'clock, and we do have a quorum for the Granville County School Board Public School Call meeting. And I now call the meeting to order and ask Dr. Winborn to address the safety and health campus concern in our next item on the agenda. Dr. Winborn.
Thank you, Chairwoman Lindsay, and good afternoon, board members. Thank you all for allowing us to have this special called meeting. I know this may have been somewhat inconvenient for some of you, but we did this because we needed to act as quickly as possible on approving this contract so that we would have as much time as possible this summer, if you approve this contract, in order to get it completed prior to the start of the school year. So the item that is the one item on the agenda today is for this construction project. Ms. Dubison, did you say we needed to approve the agenda first?
Yes, it's a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, so I'll let you manage that, Dr. Lindsay, first.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion, please approve the current agenda. I have a motion from anyone on the call.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda. I think you had double talk there.
Motion made by Board Member Anderson. Do I get a second?
Second.
By Mrs. Baker here. To move a proper second to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Ayes carried. Okay, go forward.
Thank you, Dr. Lindsay. So, board members, you have before you a proposal to basically replace the entire parking area at South Granville High School, the first stage of this. And I'll clarify in just a minute. And I will also add that Mr. Mike Carroll, our Director of Maintenance, is also on the line if there's any technical questions that I can't answer. And you're welcome to ask him questions, whatever you like as well. But basically, we are not just replacing the pavement at South Granville on the parking lot, which, if you've been there lately, you'll notice is pretty much destroyed. It is beyond repair by many, many years. This is a project that has been deferred probably a decade too long. In addition to the surface, the parking lot has some serious drainage problems, and it also was, we have redesigned it so that we can have a better traffic flow and more parking spaces using the exact same area. You'll see that the design includes improvements to the islands, curbs. It'll also include brand new signage, some additional landscaping, and everything, of course, will be fully painted and compliant with American Disabilities Act and so forth. So all of this design work has been done by REI Engineers. This is an engineering company that we've used for many years, and they helped design the entire project, and then they created the information that contractors needed in order to make accurate bids, and they oversaw the bid process as well. So this has been many, many, many months in the works, and it culminated yesterday in the opening of 3 bids. And you can see that there are several attachments, and one of them is the bid tabulation sheet, which I will open. There's that. Okay. There. All right. Well, I'm having trouble sharing the attachment. It only wants to let me share windows. But essentially, board members, you can see that we received 3 bids from Ruston Paving, and their base bid was $1.324 million. Carolina Site is the second bidder, and theirs was $1.35 million. And then the third bid was Turner Asphalt at $1.678 million. I know that this sounds like a very large amount of money for a parking lot. Of course, it is a large amount of money, but this is not actually much higher than what we estimated the cost would be.
What was the estimate?
It was about 1.2 to 1.3 is what the engineers were indicating to us.
Okay.
They were not particularly concerned about the price, you know, as far as what the going rates are in the market today for construction of this project of this type. I will note that this current project covers only the parking lot around the front of the school up to the side of the school. We decided to postpone on paving around the back of South Granville High School because we're going to be doing a lot of construction there this summer and fall on the weight room, which is getting completely rebuilt. And we did not want to lay down fresh asphalt back there and then have it damaged by construction equipment on that project. So we will come back to you with, at some point, probably late summer, early fall, with sort of stage 2 on this. But that whole area has been engineered and will be completed after the construction of the weight room. You'll also see there is a
Dr. Winborn.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the same company that they bid on the back, or we have to go through this process again for the back?
Mike Carroll, would you mind speaking to that, please, and the conversations we had about that?
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone.
Wow.
The phase 2 part will pretty much go through the same process. The engineer group and firm has the information there, the measurements and the plans in process. And once they complete that, we'll have to go through the same bid process as we did the phase 1 part.
Okay. I thought that's what you said.
Yes. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you speaking to the point on that. Also, in addition to that weight room, they're building a barn back there for the ag department. So there's just there's some equipment back there right now. Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there may be a little bit of additional work on some old fuel tanks that is requiring our attention. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're still in the process of, doing tests and pumping those tanks. We're hoping that the last round was just completed a few weeks ago. The barn construction is currently taking place with asphalt and block being laid this week. And then, as you spoke of, the weight room project.
So again, we just didn't want to, put nice new fresh asphalt down around the back and then it get damaged and destroyed by the work that's still going on. Any other questions, board members, that I can speak to? Again, I know this is a lot of money, but this is a project that is long overdue. And, there's a lot of, it's not just simply putting down new asphalt. It's much more complex. They're going to be where the buses park. I believe they have to add some additional sort of foundational material to support the weight of the buses. That was never really done correctly the first time they designed it. So, there's a little more to it. They got to dig up some drainage. It's quite a big deal. For point of reference, though, about 7 years ago, we repaved the parking lot. Well, we paved the parking lot at South Stovall Shaw Elementary School, and because most of it was just gravel, and we redid the driveway around that school. That much smaller project was around $800,000. So these are expensive, big projects that require a lot of raw material.
Mr. Carroll, why did you recommend this company other than it's the lowest bid?
The engineering firm, REI Engineering, they contact highly reputable companies to bid on these projects. So we do, kind of informal research on each company before they bid on it. And REI kind of mans that for us to make sure we get reputable companies that can perform the task as required.
So is this their recommendation? Did they recommend
Yes, ma'am.
Ralston, or you just decided because it's the lowest bid?
No, it wasn't just because it was lowest bid, because they also look at their unit pricing.
Right.
Compare it to make
You
sure
should lay that girl down.
they're competitive. So yes, they recommend Ruston paving.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, could Miss Waters please mute herself? I'm having
She
trouble.
did.
Thank you.
I
Okay,
did,
so-
thank you, and I will redo it again.
Okay, so you said it was not just because it's the lowest bid, it's because of their unit pricing. And did they do the Stovall Shaw parking lot as well?
No, ma'am, that was a different company.
Are you familiar with their work? Have you ever worked with this company before? Ralston?
I have not. This will be my first paving experience with the district, but they do have a very reputable company and have.
Well, I trust your judgment. They come highly recommended.
Yes, ma'am.
May I ask a question, Mr. Carroll?
Yes, ma'am.
And not trying to be facetious, but the area at Stovall Shaw, it looks really good. So was there a reason you decided not to go back with them again, or you just listening to this other recommendable company?
Well, yes, I'm having a lot of faith in REI in carrying out this project. And part of the bid process is, you have companies who can't bid because of the time frame that we're requesting this project to be completed. So, as we move in years in advance, maybe paving other areas in the district, this process would generally start much earlier. That would, give you more time to allow more contractors to bid. But in this situation, honestly, REI has done an incredible job to get some fascinating companies to come in and give us bids on this. So I'm very pleased with the results we had and the bids that we received.
Okay, don't think I was doubting your process. I was not, but I want to know for myself. That's
Yes,
all.
ma'am. No problem. Ask as many questions as you guys need to. This is
So-
money, but it's definitely needed.
Okay, so suppose it goes over 1.324,930 million. Is that something in the contract where it says they may go over that amount? Because I didn't see it.
Yes, ma'am. That's where your unit pricing comes in, and that pretty much covers all of your really avoiding having to do any change orders.
Okay.
Right, and this is the price for, so the work that's in the drawings here, if it ends up being, if the drawings end up being accurate, then they are committed to this price. So when he speaks of change orders, like if they get in there and they're digging and suddenly they find out there's an underground fuel tank that nobody knew about under the parking lot, then we'd have to look at a change order to increase the price. But based on the conditions that are known,
Okay.
this is committed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And just a quick, thanks. A quick question. And you just, responded to Ms. Waters also about the other company. So I guess the other company had a chance to bid as well as anyone, right?
Yes, ma'am. It is advertised, and all companies do have the opportunity to bid. Yes, ma'am.
To bid. Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
Okay, have more questions, guys, about Ruston getting the contract? I need to put to a bid, to a motion.
I'm gonna we go with Ralston Paving Company bid of $1.3 million to pave South Granville parking lot as submitted by their bid.
I second that.
Okay, it's been motioned by Ms. Ralston, second by Ms. Anderson. We go with the contract, Ruston with 1.3 million. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
questions?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to call each name and have them say their vote.
Okay, I'm sorry. If you would please, admit your name and say, you agree or you oppose the contract.
Gwen
Ms.
Russell.
Russell?
I agree.
Okay. Ms. Hayes?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Anderson?
Yes, I agree.
Ms. Waters?
I'm in agreement.
Yes, and Liz, I agree as well. So the ayes have it.
You got Miss Baker.
I'm sorry, Ms. Baker, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so we all agree that we go to said contract. All right, the next item, Dr. Winborn.
Dr. Lindsay, that is the only item for today. If I may, I would like to publicly thank Mike Carroll and Jack Blackwell and Len Henderson for all of their hard work on this. This is the result of many months of work, and we were working really hard to beat the timeline to get this done this summer. I do want everyone to be fully aware that we may not be entirely finished at the first day of school. Mike Carroll has talked to the different contractors that bid, and he shared with them that we need it to be operational when school starts. But there may be some finishing touches that go on after the first day of school. They all are aware of when we begin and the necessity for that. But I didn't want you caught off guard if they're still kind of finishing curbs or painting or putting up signs or adding that kind of thing after the first day of school. This is like turnaround.
Okay, thanks for the clarification, Dr. Winborn. Any more questions, board members? Well, if not, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Russell, second by Ms. Anderson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, ayes have it. Thank y'all for your time this afternoon. We'll see y'all at the next meeting in August, right?
June 23rd work session.
23rd.
That's right, June the work session. Thanks so much for reminding.
That'll be in
All right,
person.
guys.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you as well. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you all.
You all too.